A verbal is a verb that acts like different parts of speech.
Sometimes, verbs who act as the subject of the sentence, adjective, or as direct object.
Identifying verbals is not hard to do as long as you are paying attention to exactly how they are used in a sentence.
Infinitives, gerunds, and participles are all types of verbs.
An infinitive is a verbal consisting of two plus a verb, and it acts as subject, direct object, subject complement, adjective, or adverb in a sentence. Infinitives are easy to identify because they are written with to plus the base form of the verb. Some examples of an infinitive are to skate, to swim, and to giggle. The tricky thing about infinitives is once you spot them, you have to figure out what is their function in the sentence. Let's look at some examples to make this clear. To wait seemed challenging since it required great deal of patience. The infinitive here is to wait because it has to plus the base form of the verb wait and it functions as the subject of the sentence. Lily agreed to give me a ride. The infinitive used here is to give and it functions as a direct object of the verb agreed because it is the recipient of the action agreed. Let's look at how one infinitive can be used as a subject complement. His dream is to play basketball in the NBA.
The infinitive in the sentence is to play and it comes after the verb is and describes what his dream is. So, to play is the subject complement.
Just like regular adjectives, an infinitive used as an adjective always describes a noun. This is the best time to practice. The infinitive here is to practice and it directly describes the word time. So this infinitive functions as an adjective. An infinitive used as an adverb usually occurs at the beginning or at the end of a sentence. We must carefully observe to understand. The infinitive here is to understand and it directly describes the verb observe. So this infinitive is functioning as an adverb.
A gerund is a verbal type that ends in ing and used as a noun. Examples of gerund include action like chewing, writing, snoring, and whispering. Similar to infinitives, a gerund can also function as the subject of a sentence, direct object, or subject complement, and object of preposition. Let's look some examples to better understand these four different ways in using a gerund.
I thoroughly enjoy kayaking. The gerund kayaking is being used as a direct object because it answers what is enjoyed and it follows the action verb enjoy. My favorite exercise is running. The gerund here is running and it functions as a subject complement because it describes the subject after the verb is. Mariella thanked her teacher for helping her. The gerund here is helping. The preposition used is for, and helping becomes the object of the preposition.
Participle. A participle is a verbal that is used as an adjective to modify nouns or pronouns. There are present participles which end in ing and past participles which end ed, en, t, d, n, or ne. A few examples of present participles are whining, dancing, and growling. There are also a lot of past participles, and these are the examples: ask, eaten, dealt, gone, and seen. Now, you may be thinking that present participles look like gerunds because they are verbs ending in ing. But the big difference is gerunds are used like nouns while present participles are used as an adjective. So now, let's look up some examples to better understand this.
baby was hungry. The word wailing is a verb ending in ing, and it describes the baby. It is also in the present tense, so we can identify that wailing is a present participle. If we wanted to use wailing as a gerund instead, then we could say something like this. They scolded him for wailing. In this case, wailing is used as an object of the preposition because it follows the preposition for and is being treated like a noun, explaining the reason why he is being scolded. Let's look at an example using two present participles. Frowning, she scolded the barking dog. This sentence has two verbs ending in ing, frowning and barking. Both of these describe nouns. Frowning describes the woman and barking describes the dog. So, frowning and barking are present participles. Here's an example of a past participle. Students interested in science can sign up for our summer camp. The participle interested is in the past tense and it describes the plural noun, students. So, we identify the verb interested as past participle.
Okay, time to review. A verbal is a verb that acts like different parts of speech.
Infinitives, gerunds, and participles are all types of verbals.
An infinitive is a verbal consisting of two plus a verb, and it acts like a subject, direct object, object complement, adjective, or adverb in a sentence. Let's test your knowledge by going through couples of sentences to see if we can identify the infinitive and say whether it is used as a subject, direct object, subject complement, adjective, or adverb. Tommy tried to pass me a note during class. You're right. The infinitive used here is to pass and it functions as a direct object. It is the direct object of the verb tried because it is the recipient of the action as what being tried.
A gerund is a verbal type that ends in ing and used as a noun. Similar to infinitives, a gerund can also function as the subject of a sentence, direct object, or subject complement, and object of preposition. Let's see if we can identify how a gerund used in a sentence.
Mark takes pleasure in jogging every morning. You're right! The gerund here is jogging and function as the object of the preposition and.
Participle is a verbal that is used as an adjective to modify nouns or pronouns.
The twirling children laughed loudly. You're right! The present participle here is twirling that describes the noun children.
Very good! You mastered already this topic.